In the spring of 1922, on a remote farmstead in Bavaria, Germany, 6 people were murdered. But what makes this case terrifying is not just how they died, it's what happened before and what happened after. This is the story of the Hinterkaifeck Murders, one of Germany's most chilling, unsolved crimes. Hinterkaifeck was a small farm near the town of Bavarian in Bavaria. The Gruber family lived there. Andreas Gruber, his wife Cecilia, their widowed daughter Victoria, Victoria's 2 children, 7-year-old Cecilia and baby Josef. It was a quiet farm, remote, surrounded by forest, separated from neighbors by open fields. In winter, snow would swallow the landscape whole. And in March of 1922, something changed. One day, Andreas made a disturbing discovery. In the snow, he saw footprints. They led from the forest straight toward the house, but there were no footprints leading back. Someone had walked to the farm and never left. Andreas told neighbors. They suggested searching the woods. He refused. He seemed nervous, almost secretive. Soon after, strange things began happening inside the house. The family began hearing footsteps in the attic, heavy, slow, deliberate. Andreas searched the space. He found nothing. Then, house keys began disappearing. Later, they were found again, moved, as if someone had taken them, used them, then returned them. Months earlier, the family's maid had quit. She claimed the house was haunted. She said she heard voices, footsteps, breathing. No one believed her. Until now. On March 31st, a new maid arrived at the farm. Her sister walked her there. It was the last time anyone outside the family saw them alive. That evening, something lured members of the family into the barn, one by one. First Andreas, then his wife Cecilia, then Victoria, then little 7-year-old Cecilia. Each of them was struck with a mattock, a farming pickaxe, brutally, deliberately. But it didn't end there. After the barn killings, the murderer entered the house. The infant, Joseph, was killed in his crib. The new maid was murdered in her room. 6 victims. But here is where the horror deepens, because after the murders, the killer didn't leave. For 4 days, life continued at Hinterkaifeck. Neighbors noticed smoke rising from the chimney. The cattle were fed. The dog was alive. Bread had been cut in the kitchen. Someone stayed there. Someone lived in the house with 6 dead bodies. It wasn't until April 4th that neighbors became suspicious. The young Cecilia had not attended school. The mail remained untouched. Concerned neighbors went to check on the farm. They made a horrifying discovery. Inside the barn, 4 bodies lay stacked. In the house, 2 more. The crime scene was disturbing, but there were no signs of forced entry, no clear robbery. Money was left untouched. Whoever did this knew the property, knew the layout, possibly knew the family. Police from Munich arrived. One suspect was a neighbor. Another was a former employee. Some even suspected Victoria's rumored relationships. There were whispers of family secrets, of scandal, of possible paternity disputes involving baby Joseph. Hinterkaifeck became a symbol of dread in Germany. Over 100 suspects were questioned. No one was ever charged. No one was convicted. The case remains unsolved to this day. Imagine this. Someone hiding in your attic, watching, waiting, walking through your house at night, feeding your animals after you're gone, sleeping under your roof. The Hinterkaifeck murders were not just about violence. They were about presence, the terrifying possibility that the killer was there long before the murders and long after. In 2007, German police students re-examined the case. They believed they knew who the killer likely was, but the name was never officially released. The secret may be buried forever. In the quiet fields of Bavaria, where the snow once showed footprints leading in, but never out.